Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome as well. It's great to have you. And as a quick reminder to all, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, when you choose to like the videos, when you choose to offer comments, when you choose to share the information. So if you've not yet done so, please subscribe. If you find the information beneficial, please hit that like button. And for additional ways that you can learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how I can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's the gym business turnaround. The biggest mistakes that gym owners make. The biggest mistakes that gym owners make. So let's talk about a few of these. If you're having some struggles, if you're not reaching your numbers, you might find some solutions here in some of the thoughts we have for you today. And so number one is we forget about the competition. I can't begin to tell you how many gym owners that I talk to, they say, well, we really don't have any competition. There's other clubs, but we really don't have any competition. And so here's the first thing you want to do. You want to shop these other clubs. You want to shop these other opportunities that your customers may have. Because what you want to determine, first and foremost, is what are you providing to the marketplace that nobody else is providing? Or what can you provide that nobody else is providing? What are you doing that's so different? What's your differentiation? Because unless you have differentiation, unless you are providing something nobody else is, the customer is going to perceive this as you're just like everybody else, and it's going to drive that price point down. So don't forget about the competition. Understand what can you bring to the market that nobody else is doing, or what are you, and then what are you doing that is so different, okay? And there's several things that kind of go into that as well. You're going to have to market this, right? Because you can have all that, but if nobody knows, it's not going to do you any good. So, but the topic number one here is forgetting about the competition. Number two, not spending enough cash. Okay, and so here's some comments on this. You're going to have to spend. Okay, you need to get the word out. Okay, and there's a lot of things you can do that really don't cost a lot of money, and you want to get all those things done too. And you can search the channel here, for additional ways that you can do that, or feel free to hit me up below. Be happy to set up a free strategy session to talk to you about some of these things that you can do. But not spending enough cash. You have to spend enough to get the word out. Okay? You have to spend enough to really avoid obscurity. People need to know who you are. Too many gyms, at least that I talk to, they don't really do enough to get that word out. What your goal needs to be is everybody in your marketplace needs to know who you are. So not spending enough cash. Now, sometimes the mistake is we spend too much. We just spend it on the wrong things. But for my purposes here, it's really not putting enough into getting the word out, getting the name out, getting that brand out there, and getting your differentiation out there. Number three, this one's a monster mistake that's made, but making hiring decisions based on cost. Making hiring decisions based on cost. That's a typical mistake that, when your accountant or your financial people are looking at your P&Ls, they typically they'll look at, your hiring and your personnel, just a line item expense. And the thing is, you want to look at your people as truly for what they are, and they are your most valuable asset. Okay? And you want to treat them like they're your most valuable asset. But also, when you're hiring them like that. You want to get a recruiting plan of action in place where you're talking to people every day. You're talking to people, you're marketing to people just in the same way you do for membership. Okay? You're trying to find, these great people. Don't do it based on cost, because if you get a person that's producing, if we train them up right, they could be the most expensive person you had and be the most cost-effective person that you have. And one of the things that I always like to do with any staff, I like to have a pay-for-performance component to everything that we do. okay? Because we want people to produce, but we have to train them. But don't make these hiring decisions based on cost. Make it about, hey, what can they produce, and what is that opportunity there, okay? Number 4 of biggest mistakes that gym owners make is thinking it's all on you. Thinking that it's all on you. There's an awful lot here that, makes this not have to be on you if you don't want it to be. Now, it's a common mistake, but, one of that common mistakes, and I know I made these mistakes early on, as an owner, is we don't delegate. Learn to delegate, okay? Let other people do this. If somebody else can do it, let them. Okay, A, it's going to free up your time to do something else, but B, it's going to help develop not only the abilities of the person you're delegating to, but also their confidence and self-esteem, and now you're starting to grow and develop. It's one of the first places I'd look, but I would also look on where can you outsource this. You can outsource, payroll services. You can outsource, some marketing services. Okay, you can outsource, we do it all the time, you can outsource, sales training services, even CEO services sometimes. So there's a lot you can do here. It does not have to be all on you. Surround yourself with people that in some way are better than you are at what you're asking them to do. All right. Number 5, mistakes that gym owners make, putting your product first. What happens, I say this frequently, is we put in the nicest facilities, the nicest gyms, okay? But the focus, we don't have the focus on our staff. And for me, your staff is your most valuable asset. How we hire them, how we train them, how we teach them, how we create an atmosphere for them to produce, how do we create a culture. All those things are crucial. And then our members, staying focused on our members, of helping them solve problems, helping them with solutions to their problems, helping them get what they want. I've seen some products that maybe aren't always the best, or maybe at the top, but they do extremely well because of the staff and because of how we approach and how we take care of our customers. But one of the common mistakes is we put the product first. And number 6 on my list of the biggest mistakes that gym owners make is we make our margins too small. We make our margins too small. You're not making enough money. I've gotten involved with clubs as a consultant on turnaround deals where, the clubs are losing a lot of money. They're losing big money in some cases. And you come to find out when you kind of, drill down on this, they're literally losing money every time they sign somebody up. Okay, that's how bad it was in some cases. And we had to go in there and fix that. But you really want to know your numbers. And so if it's a new club startup, we'll kind of talk about it in those terms, because when we help with a new club startup, part of that preparation is that budget, that pro forma budget. And typically what we'll do is, okay, let's determine, best we can, what will our expenses look like? What are we going to spend to operate this? And then we'll go in there and I'll ask the question to the owner, how much do you want to make? 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, what kind of margins do you want to make? And then we have to price it accordingly, and we have to adjust our volume accordingly to hit these numbers. But make sure you're looking at it. I go into too many of these, and the margins, they're really tiny, and you can never sell enough in many cases to make the kind of money that you want. So make sure that your margins are what you need them to be. And make sure, that when you're in the sales process, and you can search the channel for some of this, but when you're in this sales process, we've got the membership sale, but what does that second sale look like? What does that third sale look like? Capturing, more revenue per customer is going to be a great secret to really driving and growing your business. So the gym business turnaround, biggest mistakes that gym owners make. Take a look at these. If you're not going the direction you want, you might find some of the solutions in here. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And as I mentioned earlier, my focus, my mission here is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe and you choose to hit that like button, you choose to comment, you choose to share the information. So if you've not yet done so, please subscribe. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how I can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below, and we'll look forward to seeing y'all in that next video.